So this question is a system of equations question, but it's also what I'm calling an island question. So by island, I mean that we have this floating system of equations. Sometimes it's not a system of equations we have, instead it's just a single equation. But in this case, we have a system of equations that is floating up above the passage question itself. So this is what I call an island question. Whenever I see this format on the SAT, I immediately input those equations or that equation that's floating on top of the passage directly into DESMOS. So I'm going to show you what I got by doing that. So here's what I get. Again, this is my initial equation. This is the second equation from the system. I added a slider for A, which defaults to A equaling 1, which is what we see here. So I haven't changed anything here. The graph you see is exactly the graph you should get when you plug in exactly what the question tells us from the beginning. We then read on to say, in the given system of equations, A is a constant. The graphs of the equations in the given system intersect at exactly 1 point. Well, that's interesting because when I graph it, they do not intersect at exactly 1 point. They intersect at 2 points, right there and right there. So that tells me that I need to slide my A value, either left or right, in order to make these two graphs intersect at only 1 point. This is why whenever you graph something on DESMOS with a slider, I suggest you don't touch the slider before reading the question, and then the information in the question gives you guidance on what the slider is meant to accomplish. So right now, we know that we're sliding this value of A either lower than 1 or higher than 1 so that this blue line will intersect this red parabola at only one place. Let's go back and continue reading. What is the value of X? Well, let's see. So here you see that I slid the A value to the left. I tried to the right as well, and I noticed that the blue line was going up the parabola, which is the wrong direction. So I slid the A slider to the left, and I saw that it started going down the parabola, which is the correct direction. Then I got to a point and had to zoom in a bit just to make sure, but I got to a point where the blue line touches the red line the red parabola at only 1 point, which is exactly what the question told us should happen. That happens when A is equal to -8. Now, when that happens, the point of intersection is at 6, 10. Meaning at that point of intersection, X is equal to 6 and Y is equal to 10. Let's go back to the question. The question here just asks, what is the value of X? Well, we found it, right? After moving that slider and getting the graph to look the way the question describes, we see that Y is equal to 10 and X is equal to 6. The question wants us to find the value of X, which we just saw is equal to 6, and therefore choice C is the correct answer.